In business, I believe in honesty and integrity. I tell my people, especially in Nigeria, this is not a shop. It's not a store. This is an organization, and it must be run as such. Whether you are bringing $100 worth of item or you are bringing $100,000 worth of item, the service that we are giving should be the same.
Dealing with Nigerians, we don't have the best reputation. What are some of the challenges with the business that you've seen, particularly because you're working with the Nigerian market?
Somebody got scammed. Somebody in the US thought she got a job in the US.
Okay.
So someone in Nigeria who impersonated as an American told her to send a laptop, send a phone. Send it to this address, my office address. Somebody stole my company's identity. And they scammed another company in Maryland, scammed them of about $120,000.
Wow. Seun was a lawyer, trained in Nigeria and then in America. And she gave it all up to ship boxes between 2 continents. 10 years later, she has built Splendid Packaging into one of the most trusted names in diaspora shipping. Knowing what you know now, you've done this for 10 years. You've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. If you had to do this all over again, would you still choose to do this?
Yeah.
Is there something you do not ship?
We don't ship money. Legal tender.
People ship money?
Yeah.
Why do people ship money?
Well, people with their different reasons.
On this week's episode, she shares why she left law behind, how she survived 10 years when most businesses don't make it past the 5-year mark, and what really goes on inside those shipping containers. Where do you see Splendid Packaging in the next 10 years?
The dream is to be like a DHL.
Hi, Seun.
Hi, Dumebi.
How are you?
Good. And you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming on the show. I'm really excited to talk about your journey. I think you have a very interesting journey. You left law, you're a trained lawyer in Nigeria and the US, and you left all of that to build your own logistics company.
Correct.
And you primarily ship between the US and Nigeria. So first, you're in a male-dominated industry. You are in a tough industry and you're dealing with tough people. So I imagine how difficult your job is. So either you're making a lot of money or you must be really passionate. You're really passionate about this. And we'll find out today. But I'm really excited to talk to you. And I guess we can get started with why logistics? Why did you choose to, I want to say abandon law to do logistics, but I'll let you tell me.
Okay, I would say sometime 2008 precisely. I was still in OAU at the time. That's Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. So I was in, in the fellowship, and then we had a service, like a retreat actually. So, we're just praying, and then I heard the name Splendid Packaging, right?
Which is the name of your company?
Yes. So I never I just wrote it down like, okay, what is this? I don't know what this is about anyway. So fast forward to graduating in 2010. I finished school, went to law school. 2011, did finish. So as soon as I finished law school and I was called to the bar, the first thing I did was to go and register a company in Lagos, CSC, which was Splendid Packaging. I just registered Splendid Packaging. I didn't know whether it was logistics. I just knew that that name, I heard it, but I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with it. So fast forward to after registration, I said, okay, I'll just keep it. Whatever, at least the name is registered, right? So finished law school, went to, got married, and then came to the US, right? And as I got to the US, my first stop was in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I was like, what exactly do I want to do? And I got this nudge of, okay, you have this company name, what can you do with it? So, I realized that later on, people started asking me, Seun, can you help me buy this? Seun, can you help me ship this? Seun, can you? And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, why not? This is probably what I need to be doing. So I just took it as one of those things. So while I was doing that, I got into my master's, doing my master's in U of H, and I did my master's in Energy and Natural Resources Law, ENR, Environment, Energy and Natural Resources Law. So I finished from master's, and then I just felt like I just didn't feel it, honestly. I just felt like I wasn't just doing what I really, really liked. And because I'd already practiced in Nigeria before I came to the US, so I was like, I think even if I'm going to do law, I'm just going to do, soliciting, like sitting in the office and just doing some paperwork and, contract reviews and all of those kind of things. Yeah, but I wasn't feeling it. So I got a job with a logistic company in Houston at the time. So
after your master's?
Yes, after my master's. So I got the job as a contract analyst. So I was like, documentation and all of that, checking the vendor agreements, just agreements, documentation and all of that. So I was doing that. And then while I was doing that, I just felt like I needed to register the company here in the US. So I registered Splendid Packaging, and like that, I started from Houston, and then we moved to Dallas. So as I moved to Dallas, I knew that I needed to expand, and I knew that I needed to go in full-fledged into logistics. So I got my license, got the first, because there are different certifications and licenses that you have to get to be able to, ship from US to other countries.
Okay.
Right. So I got the license, did all that, and that was it. And today we're where we are by the grace of God.
Amazing story. So when you moved to Dallas, were you still working a corporate job?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No. What do you mean?
Did you still have a corporate job? You were not fully an entrepreneur?
Yes, I was full entrepreneur. I was a full entrepreneur. At the time I moved to Dallas. So I resigned in Houston.
Okay.
And then I moved to Dallas, and then full-fledged, I went into it straight up.
So when you resigned with the notion that
I was going to stand on my own and stay on my own.
How was that transition? Was it scary?
It was. So honestly, I think my journey has just been God, honestly. Thinking about it, in Houston at the time, I was just listening in my study. I was just listening to a conference that was taking place, and listening and writing, making notes and all of that. And then I heard it's time to move, right? So I'm like, okay, it's time to move. I was like, God, I just need a new job, a fantastic job. I didn't have any idea of moving, relocating, right? So all of a sudden, my husband goes, he's getting interviews that people are, recruiters are calling, that there's one that he's looking at that is actually in Dallas. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you're going to shuttle, because I'm not going to leave Houston. Like, I was so confident that, So he was doing the interview, and within 7 days, if I'm right, he got an offer, and they were like, okay, they're going to pay for relocation and all of that. So he called me and says, I've gotten the job. I'm like, okay. And then I hear it's time to move again. I'm like, oh my God, is that the move? Like, okay, so it's time to move. So that was how it was easy for me to move, honestly, because at the time I was just trying to set up myself and stay stabilized into the industry in Houston. And Houston, everybody believes that Houston market, you have a lot of Nigerians,
right.
And so your business, that's the best place to be, And it's like, oh Lord, I'm just going to go. So that was how we left, and we came to Dallas, and I've never, for once, regretted it. So yeah,
I love that you're in Dallas.
Yeah.
But most people that I've interviewed, right?
Yeah.
Everyone seems to have this spiritual encounter where they hear something, and I'm wondering, have you always been that way? If you didn't hear something, what would you do in that situation?
Okay, so I think at the same time, depending on where your mind is,
Okay.
and how your mind, like they say, once there's positivity, make sure you have positive people around you. Make sure you have positive energy around you, because at the end of the day, all of this affects your thinking, your reasoning, the way you receive or hear things. Because sometimes some people will say, "Oh, that's not what I heard," and probably the person just said something that is like just simple, and they are hearing something else. So for me, it's more of, I think, just trying to know that, Lord, I'm in your hands. I'm just, and especially in the doing business in the Nigerian setting, economy, you hear things like, is it that you know God, or you have one, know God, or have something else that you're banking on, so you either hold God tight or you are holding on to whatever you want to. So it's more of, for me, it's just, it's safer to just have that backing or hearing a word, because at the end of the day, when you have issues, when things happen, because things will surely happen in business, you need to be able to say, but God, you told me to do this, and that's why I did it. You just want to be sure that there's some kind of succor, comfort that comes with knowing that you heard God, or God told you to do this, or you felt led to do something, in a particular way. So, yeah.
I love that. And you've had Splendid Packaging for about 10 years, is that correct?
The name has been registered. Registration doesn't mean, but the logistics part of it has been, 9 years, thereabout,
And statistics show that businesses fail in 3 to 5 years. So for you to have survived almost 10 years in such a tough market, I don't think it's luck, right?
Yeah.
There must be some skills or attributes. What do you think has given you that staying power to not just survive but thrive? Because on all the group chats that I'm on, right? When someone says, "Hey, I'm looking for a logistic company," yours is usually the first that comes up. So you've built such a strong brand.
Yeah.
How have you been able to do that and stay competitive in the last 10 years?
Okay. So I'm going to say this. So I'm going to probably answer them in parts.
Okay.
So that people don't, just pick and then don't have a background of what I'm trying to explain or say. So for this kind of business, I tell anyone that wants to hear, don't do life alone in this kind of business. What do I mean by that? You need to have people that you rub minds with. You need to have people that you can fall back to and say, "Look, this is what I'm going through. What do you think I can do? How do I resolve this?" And don't think that someone is trying to compete or you are only just asking. And the honest truth is, asking for the way, you won't get lost, right? So you're just asking so that you know, okay, how do I go through this part? How do I figure this out? That's one. Another thing that has helped me, I probably will say my legal background has helped me, honestly, because I've learned that I need to put structure in place.
Okay.
I've learned that in business, for a business to grow and to grow well, you must have good support system. Support system in the office, support system, people that work for you. You must have, you may not have the perfect people, and honestly, no one is perfect. Even I am not perfect, but you have to have at least people who understand the vision, people who understand where you are going to. I try to have a meeting with all my staff every week. Once every week. It's only maybe if I'm traveling or maybe I'm caught up somewhere in another meeting that I can't have the meeting, right? So we have meetings every week, once every week. And we just try to talk about, okay, this is what it is, this is what it is. At the beginning of the year, we have like a retreat and just get on Zoom and try to just tell ourselves again, what exactly is the vision? What is the mission statement? What are we aiming at? What is the goal? The first half of this year, what's the goal? The second half, what's the goal? So we're trying to see that, okay, at the end of the day, are we meeting our goals? and we do a recap and say, okay, we did or we did not, right? And so another thing that has helped us is character, right? In business, I believe in honesty and integrity. And so for me, I don't joke with it.
Okay.
My staff know, don't lie to me. Tell me as it is so that I can pass the same information to the customers. There's really nothing anybody can do. But tell me, this is what happened, this is how it happened. Then I'll go to the customer. We're all human. Mistakes happen. I'm so sorry. I apologize. This is what I was told. This is what happened. And I believe everyone who is reasonable would be able to say, okay, there's nothing anybody can do. But don't tell me something else. And I'm going to meet the customer with the impression that you have told me the truth. And then the customer is like, no, that's not what happened. This is what, and then I'm like, okay, but my staff said, well, that your staff is lying. And I don't want any of that. Honestly, I prefer to know what the issue is. Like, tell me how it is. We'll deal with it. We'll always deal with it. We'll figure it out, right? So I think that has helped us. And the fact that I am so passionate about it. And so I put my all in it, everything in it. So I'm very passionate about it because I believe that if I were in the shoes of this client, how will I feel? Someone saying, can you help me ship this? And they're expecting to receive it in 2 weeks. And then there's a delay. I need to let them know that there's a delay. And so my staff, I'll tell them there's a delay. We need to send messages out and tell the customers that there's a delay, right? So I think that has really helped and shaped the company. Honestly, we're not there yet, but I believe that we're going somewhere. And that's the little I can say.
Yeah, I love that. As someone who is starting to build a company, and your staff are mostly in Nigeria, right?
No, I have staff here in the US.
Staff. So when you're doing your staff meeting, you're doing everybody
yes.
on a Zoom call together?
Yes, or a WhatsApp call.
And you run those?
Yeah, I run the meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's something that I find is difficult, or a lot of founders struggle with, is you have the vision as a founder. How do you translate the vision to your staff and ensure that they get it and run with it? Do you have any practical tips?
So I think reiterating and making sure that you constantly call them out. When I say call them out, I mean like telling them this is what you are wanting.
Okay.
So for example, I tell my people, especially in Nigeria, I tell them this is not a shop. It's not a store. This is an organization. It's an office and it must be run as such. So the concept that people have, some people have this, it's a shop, and so you can dress anyhow, you can come to work anyhow, you wear slippers at work. No, I don't accept it. And so because I'm able to check the cameras, I'm checking the cameras, I'm saying, who is that wearing slippers in the work? Like, you can't.
From here, you're looking at the cameras in Nigeria to check who's wearing slippers?
But I just check, you just check once in a while to see, what are you doing? What's going on? Or maybe I'm listening into the camera and then there's a customer that is there and I'm like, okay, and then I just call the operations manager to say, what's going on there? Why is that? What's happening? So once they know that you are watching and you are really monitoring what they're doing, you can... They also everybody would take cue and follow through. So I think majorly is founders need to also put their all in it. Also understand the business that they're running. There's really nothing I can't do in my business. I can drive a forklift, even though I just started. So even if you tell me you can't hold me to ransom, right? So I have an idea of everything that is going on. So I may not be able to do everything. But the truth is, I would be able to hire someone who I would have to train, right? But in as much as there's a process, so I'm able to, not get so disappointed when someone says they're leaving.
I love that. How do you hire right?
Hiring. Well, for US, hiring in US, the way the US works is quite different. So honestly, because I don't even want to get involved, because I don't want to get into talking too much, I just give it to an agency. So the agency does all the interviews. So they just say, okay, am I ready for the interview? Do I think today, just tell me, okay, this person I think will be a good fit. Okay. So do you want to interview? And then they do I do the second round of interview. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, no, this person I don't think this person, and then they also tell me, okay, why not this person? This person may actually work for you. So that's what I've been able to do for the US. In Nigeria, we also use so I try to use different agencies. Okay. I do interviews. I make sure that I'm on the interview. Mm-hmm. I don't just leave the interview to my staff, the operations or HR to do alone. Mm-hmm. Even if they do the first stage, I must interview the person that is going to work. I must. I don't know, but for some weird reason, I just want to, because I'm able to sense from your mannerism, I'm able to tell, I don't think this person will work for us. No, I don't think so. So, you ask some questions that will trigger something to say, okay, I think this person is better off. I think this person has more experience. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you don't get the perfect people. Mm-hmm. I've hired someone who I, literally in 3 months, she wasn't doing a good job. So I can't keep keeping you. I can't do this. You're customer service and you've worked in customer service before and even in a bank. So how is that even different? Mm-hmm. I thought I'm expecting, because you worked in the bank, that's why I hired you, because I felt have some knowledge of how to treat clients and customers. So, but it didn't work out anyway. So we moved on.
One thing I've heard business owners, founders say is you have to hire fast, but also fire fast.
Yeah. So for me, it's very difficult. I'll be honest with you. I believe, I don't know, but I have this feeling like, oh my God, if I fire this person now, where do I know this person is going to? Maybe this person depends on me, or it depends on the salary, rather, not on me, but depends on the salary. Their family, I'm trying to be empathetic, and the person is actually costing me money, right? But I'm still trying to, and then my operations manager in Nigeria is like, and then HR is like, this person is going to cost us more money. And I'm like, okay, let's just give it a try. Why? Maybe there's something else we can do, and I just end up getting burnt.
I was going to ask, in those situations.
Yeah, I end up sometimes getting burnt, honestly. So I've learned to just try and listen and hear the reasons of, why don't take this person, or don't hire this person, to more of, and this person really needs this job, So, yeah, I've learned to try and listen to my operations manager, my team leads. So, because most times when I'm doing interviews, I try to make sure that I have the team lead of the department I'm trying to hire on there as well. So that once we're done with the interview, we can do a review to say, what do you think about this person? So, yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
Yeah, I think that's one of the... As women, we're still empathetic.
Yeah.
We still lead with empathy. So it's nice to have a sounding board, like a structure that you can bounce ideas or just remove yourself and say, hey, handle it. But one thing that I wanted to touch on is, you mentioned one of the things that has kept your business this long is structure, right? I think that a lot of people say structure, but what does that really mean? I like the point about you're having weekly meetings, you're constantly reiterating, these are the values of the company. This is the organization. So first, have you always been that way, or is it something that has progressed as you've grown to where you are now? And the other part of the question is, what other structure do you have in place, and do you advise other business owners to put in their business to ensure longevity?
So this is one thing I've done, I guess, because I have a legal background. So for everyone I hire, especially in Nigeria, because in the US, I also do it though, but there are some documents you have to sign.
Okay.
And I tell everyone who wants to hear, these documents are non-negotiable. Non-disclosure, confidentiality. So I put the process that all these documents, once you sign it, and I make sure that they understand what they're signing. Don't just say, oh, I'm taking the job. Do you understand that once you leave this company, you cannot work with the same kind of company for the next 5 years? Do you understand that? Are you ready? Are you good to go? No problem. But please take note that it's, But because, that's for Nigeria, right? So in the US, we try not to specify the number of years, but we just try to make them understand that the information that you get here, you can't take it elsewhere and use it. Because this is one, intellectual property, is you have customers, confidential information with you. Customers are trusting us that whatever they're shipping is in our care, the documents and, just making sure that everybody understands what they're doing, the way they're doing it. Right. Now, some of the things I've also put in place is, because of the kind of business we run, we have high valued items that are for customers in our possession. And because of that, I put a structure in place where when we ship from here, the staff in Nigeria don't really have information about the content. They don't have information about the value, They really can't say what is in the box, right? The same way for Nigeria down here as well. Customers' items, they don't do the staff here also in the US don't know what is in the box. They just know that a box has been sent down, And this curbs theft. It curbs unnecessary familiarity with customers. Because, as human, people tend to understand that, this person is the person that ships this high-valued item. I need to get close to this person. I need to try and be very nice to this person. I need to always attend to this person. No, I don't want that. Every customer must be served equally.
I love that.
Whether you are bringing $100 worth of item or you are bringing $100,000 worth of item, the service that we are giving should be the same.
Standard.
Should be the same. So, so that's what I always tell them. Like I tell them, even in Nigeria, I say, look, even if a driver, a rider, comes into the office and is trying to pick up a package for a customer, please and please, you must give them the respect that you will give to the owner of that package, because the owner of the package is the one that sent them. So the respect that you will give to that person, you also give to the rider. So don't think because it's a rider, you say, oh, well, we'll deal with you later, So I think that also has been something that has helped us. And also, I've tried to, obviously, I can't know everybody, all the customers, I can't get close to them. But I know my high-valued customers, and I'm able to say, okay, try and have a relationship with them to be sure, are we serving you well? Are we just that consciousness of, okay, at the end of maybe like a shipment or something, you just reach out, or you have this customer who sends you a message to say, oh, my package, something, and then, just taking the extra effort to say, oh, okay, let me look into it, I'll get back to you and all of that. So, I think that's what has helped me, and the relationship that I had with customers in time past has, helped. So, and because at the end of the day, you get to talk with different people who work in different, parts of the world, in different industries, different positions, so you don't even know who you are talking to. You just may be talking to someone who is working directly with the vice president, or you may be talking to someone that is, you have people like that. So you just have to be humble, you have to show some empathy as well when you're doing business. So
I love that. So your business, you do shipping and logistics. You used to do, I don't know, do you still do personal?
So I do personal shopping for, I don't publicize it like before anymore, because I realize that honestly, I can't shop for everybody. I can't, even the company would, just because when somebody is saying they want to buy something of $200, I don't want to put in so much energy into $200 for $30 of profit. Mm-hmm. So I decided that I'll just lay low, and we deal with customers who come to us to say, can you help me purchase this? Or we make payments for equipment, machineries. Mm-hmm. We just,
from the US?
Yeah, so that's procurement though, from the US. So we make payments for them, or the client wants to make a payment in the US and they probably are finding it difficult to make the payment, or the particular company, some companies say, well, we can't take payment from Nigeria, and so they're like, okay, can you help us make the payment and then we'll pay you. And so we take that up as well. So personal shopping for me right now is more of a personal relationship. Okay. Someone who have been shopping for, who just comes to me again. Or sometimes what I do is when I go into the stores, I end up just taking pictures, videos, and I send to those that I know that are my constant people, who I know that once I send the pictures and videos to them, they would want to get something. So it's pretty much, that's what I do for now. Yeah.
And I think as every business evolves and grows, right, you go back to your drawing board and analyze what was working for me before, what do I want to go forward, and you see that as businesses evolve, their services also change as well. I imagine that the bulk of your customers are Nigerians, is that correct?
Correct.
What are the top 3 things that Nigerians ship?
Depending on where we're shipping from.
Let's see. What do Nigerians in Nigeria order the most from the US? Food?
No, not really, apparently. Not really, but mostly clothes, shoes. Sometimes electronics, only when it's new, when it's just coming out, and then the new iPhone, people want to get it, And because we are very strict with that, because of fraud, I only take phones, new iPhones, from people I buy for. I have to be the one to buy it for you, for me to be able to ship it. So I don't really do a lot of electronics. I only take electronics from people that I trust, people that I know that I know their history. So even if CBP comes to me, that is Customs and Border Patrol, come to me and say, oh, we have got, a wing of someone is shipping stolen phone, or someone is using someone else's credit card to buy a phone. Yeah, so I know who to call. I know where to go to. Right. So that's it. So mostly clothes, shoes, mostly designer, middle class, high, as just a range, but different clothes, shoes. Like I said, electronics a little bit, but also another major thing they buy, baby stuff, baby things, baby food, diapers, wipes, just baby stuff.
It's sad that we have to import diapers and wipes, but I think we just, as Nigerians, Nigeria is a very classist economy, so people like a certain level.
Well, another thing I would say is that don't forget that right now a lot of people are moving back to Nigeria. So because a lot of people are moving back to Nigeria, you have people who are used to a particular product
and just want to
continue the product because they don't yet know what product works for them in Nigeria, right? So it's pretty much part of one of the reasons. And then, for those who do Shein, Fashion Nova, they buy them. Many of them buy them from the US, buy them from the UK, because some of these people are even doing business. So they buy them and then resell them in Nigeria. So It honestly varies. I'll be honest with you. It varies. So, I mean, for those who are moving back to Nigeria, for someone who has lived in the US for 10, 15 years, who is going back, it's going to be very difficult to adjust.
Yeah.
So, the best you can do, and the easiest way to go about it is just to order it online and have it delivered. So once it's delivered in our office, we know that it's for this customer because their name is on the package, and then it's delivered to our office. We know that this customer has been registered with us, so we have their information and we notify them to say, look, we received this package with this tracking number in our office, and that's it. So,
How about the other way? Nigerians in America?
Nigerians, no, in America, what they ship from Nigeria, food and clothes.
Clothes too?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Or
party
ready
clothes?
to wear, ashwabi, wedding dresses, like the ashoke kind of outfits, the full regalia. Yeah. Food, clothes. Yeah.
How about cars? Do you do cars?
Yes, we ship cars from here to Nigeria. We ship cars in containers. We ship cars on the vessel. That's what we call rural. We do that as well. So,
Yeah. This industry is it's a very, what's the word? But anything can happen.
Yeah.
Like things can go wrong. So how do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night?
So what I do is this. I know that I have a shipment en route, right?
Okay.
I'm always monitoring it because things happen. It could change the dates. The airline could change the date, maybe for reasons best known to them. Maybe they don't have enough space on the aircraft, and they have to pull down the shipment, or they have to put on the next available flight, or maybe an error. Maybe someone made a mistake in documentation, and they couldn't properly process the shipment. Or the airline is trying to reach you, and they're adding your wrong email, and they've been sending an email for days, and you're like, I didn't get any email from anyone, right? And just to realize that they've been sending to the wrong email. So, it's honestly, it's not easy, especially because you know that I'm like, for me, I'm working 2 time zones. So most times I'm awake maybe like 4 a.m. and then my day starts. And then probably go to bed around 10 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah, so, pretty much that's how I try to just structure myself. Lately, I've tried to take things slowly. We're growing. We're not getting any younger, so, I just make sure that I monitor, meaning that I just make calls to talk to the team leads or the operation manager just to say what's going on, where are we at on this, where are we at on that, so I'm able to monitor the shipments on the way. So I'm able to know this and this is on the way, this is arriving soon, this is going to arrive tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm able to just, have that in mind to say, look, I track them consistently to just be sure that the shipment is good, everything is all working well, and pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. What are some hazards, some difficulties of the job? You kind of touched on that when you said like electronics and fraud.
Yeah.
But I imagine that dealing with Nigerians, we don't have the best reputation. What are some of the challenges with the business that you've seen, particularly because you're working with the Nigerian market?
Honestly, it's not easy, I'll be honest. It's a lot of challenges, honestly, because I've had situations where somebody got scammed, right? They thought they got a job, and they told them to send a new laptop, send the phone over to our address, and that they were going to download some software, some information on the laptop and the phone so that they can mail it back to them so that they can start work.
Okay. So someone in Nigeria
Correct.
thought they got a job in the US?
No. Somebody in the US thought she got a job in the US.
Okay.
So someone in Nigeria told her, who impersonated as an American,
Okay.
told her to send that he's giving her a job.
Okay.
Send the laptop, send the phone. Send it to this address. This is the office address, which is my address,
Okay.
my office address. And then we put it there. We receive it, and because most times when we receive electronics, we ask for payment of receipt, right? And then there's this back and forth. But luckily for this person, she was able to call. I think when she realized that she was being scammed, she was able to quickly call for us to intercept it. So I guess she put our address on Google, and our address, put in our business name.
Okay.
So she's like, this name is different from what? So she called, and I was lucky enough to be the one to pick the phone. So I picked the phone, and then she says, well, I'm calling in regards to my laptop and phone that I sent for the job. I'm like, excuse me? What job? Okay, can you give me the tracking number? So she gives me the tracking number, and then I look, because we take records of every package that comes into the office every day. We have where we put the information in. So I said, okay, when was it delivered? Give me the tracking number. And then I go and check, and I see that, yes, it was actually delivered, and this is the person's name it came in, right? So I'm able to say, okay, this shipment is here, so we're not going to send it out, because honestly, it seems like you've been scammed. There's no office like this that you just called. This is a logistic company. We ship to Nigeria. This package is supposed to be going to Nigeria. Oh, wow. And then she's like, oh my goodness. No. And then I'm like, well, the truth is, I can't even help you yet, because I need to be sure that I'm even talking with the rightful owner. I need you to send an email giving me all of this proof, showing me that this is what it is, so that just in case someone comes back tomorrow and tells me, oh, this was actually that you also were trying to intercept or scam something. So, so she felt like I was just giving her a lot of hassle. She went on Google, not even Google, what's the other one? Where she made some reviews. She wrote some review and said, these people are bad.
For your business?
Yeah. And then the person involved in Nigeria, I told my people in Nigeria to call him and tell him that if he ever tries this again, I'll get him picked up and locked up, right? Just so that they understand that we don't deal with this, we don't deal with such, right? Because you're spoiling my business reputation by saying this that is not even true. I just need to also protect my business. I can't just give you the phone and the laptop because you're telling me it's yours. I need proof to show that it's yours. Right. How did you pay for it? You bought it, right? Tell me how you paid for it. Give me the receipt. Give me information. I'm not going to go by you calling me over the phone and telling me I need to return it back to a particular address. I'm not going to do that. So, we've had that scenario before, right? I've had a scenario where someone knocks on the door to my house, and then they say they're from the courthouse. I'm like, come again? Courthouse. And I'm like, okay. And then they give an envelope. And then I'm seeing summons. I'm like, summons for what? What? Like, I just said it, like, going historical. My husband was like, calm down. Can we even read what is on this document? Let's even see what really happened. Let's be able to digest. Only for us to find out that somebody stole my company's identity. And they scammed another company in Maryland, Baltimore, thereabout, if I'm right, and scammed them of about $120,000.
Wow.
And the person claims that they sent the package to my office in Houston. So, and they paid with a credit card, different credit cards. And so when they found out, they just went with the name that the person used, my company name, to say, well, this is the company that called, this is it. And so I called the lawyer to say, okay, can we talk this out first of all? Like, this doesn't make any sense. How is this even my problem? I'm looking at the document. The credit cards that were used, the credit card, like, my company name is not on it. The address that they gave you is not even my company address. The only thing that they gave you here, you've gone to my website, you've pulled everything out of my website, but these things don't tally with what you're, that's this, wild. And the guy was like, well, we'll see in court, and I'm like, okay, no problem. So got our lawyers involved, and, a lawyer in Texas. So because obviously, if he has to travel, it's going to cost us more. So he had to, get a representative over there, go to court and, file paperwork and let them know that this. And so immediately my lawyer said, you need to file a police report to say that your identity was stolen. right? That this is what happened, this is what you got right in the mail, and obviously it's not you and all of that. Only for us to find out that somebody in the firm, there was like a email compromise through the email. It's just, anyways, it took us like almost a year to get this resolved. And the court, just canceled the case and said there was no case.
That's
because obviously.
But you still had to pay the lawyers.
Of course, you pay the lawyers, but I mean, that's what it is. That's what you get from, doing this kind of business.
That is wild, because there's this whole campaign, right, where people are like, oh my God, I want to leave my 9-to-5 job and start a business because business seems very exciting. There's no cap to how much money you can make, but you're waking up at 4 a.m., you're not sleeping at 10, you're constantly on the phone, you're worried. It's just so
constantly
much.
On the phone. And then you're on the phone, a customer is angry that you didn't pick their call while you're talking to another client. Customer is like, okay, you're doing business, you don't pick your phone, you don't respond to messages. On the morning, I'm waking up to over 200 messages. Please tell me how I'm supposed to respond to all these messages at the same time. And obviously, I'm trying to take them one after the other, and I still have to run my day. So sometimes randomly, I just go and post, I'm sorry if I haven't responded to your messages, just so that, people understand that it's not like I don't want to respond. It's just that I have so many messages that I have to respond to. And I tell people that the easiest and fastest way to get me is to call me. If you're leaving me a message, honestly, because you don't even know what number your message is on. Your message probably is still down that I'm not even noticing. It's probably the ones on the top that I'm able to see and respond to immediately. Sometimes my operations manager will tell me, Ma, you have a mail. I have to go and quickly check my mail and say, okay, respond to the email. So it's not like I don't want to do it. It's just that these things happen. And it's just sometimes overwhelming.
I can imagine. Knowing what you know now, you've done this for 10 years. You've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. If you had to do this all over again, would you still choose to do this?
Yeah.
Why?
I guess I think it's rewarding. I see it as helping customers get what they want. Also helping the employees that I have to have a job, to fend for their family, to live life. So that's the way I see it. It's a win-win at the end of the day for me. It's more of I'm helping the customers, I'm helping the employees, helping myself as well. Yeah. So
you need to be a very selfless person to run this kind of business, because in the end, it's really not about you. You're going through so much to ensure that customers are satisfied, employees are well. So well done.
Thank you
for doing this and helping people. We're gonna go to rapid fire questions. It's gonna be easy.
Okay.
To a business owner listening right now who's trying to build something for the long haul in a tough market, what is one thing you tell them?
Be true to thyself. That's the quote that Mrs. Awushika always says. Be true to thyself. Tell yourself the truth about the business, whatever it is you want to go into. Tell yourself, can I do it? Be able to see that you can do it and go for it.
Nice. If you were starting your business today, what would you do differently? If you're starting all over again today, what would you do differently?
I'll start with structure early, right on the bat, from the very beginning.
So you have your SOPs?
Yeah, right from the very beginning.
The documents, contracts, all of that?
All of those came along the way for us right now. So, but if I'm to start all over, I'll start it from the very beginning.
I love that. What is the most expensive purchase you've made for the business?
For the business?
I guess you don't deal with...
Yeah,
you don't deal with equipment, right?
Well, we have forklift.
Okay.
We have the forklift. We have, probably forklifts. I guess.
Okay, we'll take that.
Yeah, the forklifts also are not cheap. So
How much your forklift?
from about, depending on what level you're buying, at least 8,000, 10, 12, as they go up as high as that, depending on the size of what you're buying.
Yeah, I have no idea. What is one money mistake you want other business owners to stay away from?
I can't actually think about one.
What is one thing you would do differently in your 20s?
In my 20s.
I like how you laughed.
Oh, I think probably I would have started the business earlier.
Earlier?
Yeah, I think I would have started earlier.
I know what you're going to say to this one. What is one book, person, or idea that shaped how you build?
Mrs. Ibukwa Oshika. And then I have someone else, Pastor Debola Atoyebi. These two people, as a woman, I see them as go-getters. I see them as achievers. Like what they set their mind to do, they want to get it. They want to get it done. So for me, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to set my mind on something. I have a vision. This is what I'm envisioning. This is what I want to see. And I want to get to it to make sure that I see it come through and come to pass. So.
I love that. And this is it's not a rapid fire, but this is something that I always ask everyone who comes here, which is, what does building wealth mean to you?
So building wealth for me is not just physical cash or assets or houses. For me, we build wealth by relationships. So I believe that the relationships that we acquire is the wealth you build, honestly. Because imagine yourself sitting down with someone who can tell probably the head of Chevron or Mobil to say, this person can ship this equipment, this person can do this. That's you don't get such people except through relationship.
Right.
So I think for me, that's the wealth that you build, because at the end of the day, it's the people. Nobody's an island, right? So the people that you have a relationship with would help you build this wealth, and build the cash, build the houses, build the cars, whatever it is, it will build it by these people. A client may be the one to tell you, oh, there's this opportunity somewhere, why not? I've had someone send me a message to say, somebody is trying to sell this truck in Nigeria. Do you want to reach out to them?
Wow.
It's from the place of relationship. So imagine someone telling you, oh, there's this land somewhere that, are you interested? If you don't have a relationship with the person, they're not going to tell you. So for me, that's the wealth. That's where wealth is actually. So
in the people.
In the people.
I love that. One thing that you told me, and this is not even on my list, but one thing that you kind of mentioned was you need structure. Let's talk about structure at home. You're a mom of 3 kids, right? I don't like the question, how do you balance it all? Because people don't ask men.
I know, right?
They don't ask men. But I know that when I was looking for a nanny one time and I was trying to decide, like, do I need it? Can I get away? One thing you said to me was like, you always have somebody at home. You need, for your business to run, you need somebody at home. But you're also very hands-on with your kids, right? So tell me a little bit about like structure at home to ensure that your business does not suffer as well.
Okay, so thankful for the husband I have. He's very, very present. And so there are times that, like now, during the holiday, the kids they go for like some kind of Bible school, vacation Bible school from 9 to 12. And so probably if I drop them on my way to work, I'll say, oh, he'll help me pick them up at 12 because he works from home, right? So he's able to schedule to say, okay, I'm not going to have a meeting during that time because I need to quickly pick the kids, and then that helps, takes the burden of me trying to, I need to quickly go back. I need to, while I've gone to work. So that part is settled. right? And then once they get home, their nanny is at home and she's taking up from there. She's taking the next steps. What are you going to eat? What do you want to do? And then we have the structure. You need to take a nap, take a nap. Even if you're not sleeping, just go to bed. Just stay in your room, And honestly, I can't thank God enough for the kind of people that have come my way in places of nannies. I've always had good people who have lived with me some years. Since the time we started having children, I've always had a nanny at home. So it has really, really helped me to be able to thrive in the business. So because I'm able to know that my kids are in safe hands, and so when I get home, we can now talk, we can play, we can, watch TV, and, so, yeah.
I love that. Where do you see Splendid Packaging in the next 10 years?
Honestly, the dream is to be like a DHL. And I was listening to Audible, a book written by the CEO of DHL, and it started like this, and then so that's the goal. That at the end of the day, we have our own plane. And
you're thinking big. I love it.
And we can move things from one location to the other. That's the goal. Amen. Yeah.
If someone is thinking about starting a logistics business, is there space for the person in the market?
The sky is big.
Sky is big. Well, what is the first step they should take? I know you mentioned you did certifications.
Should come for training.
Do you offer training?
One-on-one.
One-on-one?
Yeah. I mean, the first thing, honestly, is not getting the certificate. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Start with someone that you can trust, that you can give your shipment to. Someone who is certified, someone who has their license.
So
So someone who is trying to get into the business.
Okay.
Don't start with getting the license first.
Okay.
Because you need to know the rudiments. Start with working with someone who has been there and who has been in the business, right? Who is ready to, pull you along to say, okay, let's go. I can help you.
In the industry, are people willing to?
Oh, yes. I mean, we have people who come to us, who ship through us. We have shipping companies in Nigeria, in the US, in the UK. We have companies who come to us. The truth is this, in logistics, you need to partner with people. Everybody cannot have the license. Because even getting the license, you have to have structure in place. Because the government who is coming to check, they don't just give you a license based on filling a form online. No, they're going to come, inspect. They do inspections every year. They come, they inspect, check your documents, check your surroundings, check, the camera here. Yeah, it's not just sitting down in your house and thinking that, or in your garage, putting up stuff, getting people's packages and no, it doesn't work that way. So you're going to have a proper structure in place as regards to even getting the license. So you can't just say, oh, I'm going to get my license and then I'm going to be staying in my house and just be doing that. You're not going to scale up, honestly. So, if you want to start the business, work with someone who is already in the business, someone you can trust. Because at the same time, the person you're giving your shipment to may not even have a license. And if anything happens, that's it. So you need to be sure that whoever you're dealing with has a license, knows what they're doing, and then you can check their track record.
Yes.
Because we've had situations where a company set up a logistic company, opening branches all over, and then all of a sudden, just blanked. And people's stuff were with this company and everything. A lot of people lost things. They lost items that they had shipped through that company. So it's just also knowing that the company you're trying to work with knows what they're doing. So
I've heard of situations like that where someone said, oh, I shipped something worth 50K with this company and I stopped hearing from them. What usually happens
Honestly, I can't really say. The reason is this. One thing is, when something looks too good to be true, you should raise a red flag. What do I mean by this? Someone ships from US to Nigeria.
Okay.
And in the market, everybody's between maybe 4.5 to 5,
Dollars,
yes, per pound, right? $4.50 per pound to $5.50, but maybe $5.50 as well. That bracket. And then somebody comes and says, I can ship by air at $3. I'm sorry.
It's a red flag.
You should know that's a red flag. They may be able to do it the first, second time, but take it from me. They can't keep up.
It's not sustainable.
Because how much is even the airline charging you? How are you moving the things? So, you don't have staff? You don't have rent? Are you not planning to make money? So somebody is telling you that the rate is below a particular threshold and you believe that this person knows everything and they're doing a good job? I'm going to say I'm fine. I honestly don't even have a problem with that. It's just that whatever comes out of it, you're going to have to bear the consequences. So,
wow. I thought this was a good session because the logistics industry is not something that I'm very familiar with. I think looking on from the outside, again, I always tell you, right, every time I see the stories, there's always something going on, and I just pray for you.
Thank you.
But I see the passion with which you do this, with which you love it. And I see that the brand is growing, right? You have a very good reputation.
Thank you.
Especially in the Dallas area. So I wish you well, wish your business well, and I hope this episode was good for someone who is looking to start a business or in this space and is looking to grow their business. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any final thoughts, words you wanted to share?
Well, nothing. Just to say that, if you're looking for a business to ship with, we offer that. We ship from the US to Nigeria, be it air freight, be it sea freight. For those who are relocating back to Nigeria, we offer that service to ship your house back to you in good condition, no issues. And also, if you want to ship from Nigeria back here, we also offer that service. And we also offer services from China, from...
Oh, you do?
From China, from India, from South Korea, from the UK to Nigeria, for now. So on a one-on-one basis is when we offer from other countries down to the US. So it's not a consolidated kind of shipment where we offer that, unlike the others. So if you need a shipment from a particular location to the US, then you can reach out to us and we can, if it's something we can do, we'll let you know and give a quote or give you insight on what to do and how to go about it. So
yeah, and I'll put your website and your Instagram handle.
Thank you.
Is there something you do not ship? Is there something you're like, no, we don't ship that?
We don't ship money. Legal tender.
Money?
Yeah.
Wow.
People ship money. Legal tender. We don't ship it.
Why do people ship money?
Well, people with their different reasons. Somebody wants to send money home and then puts it in the pocket of the car, of their dress or the trouser or something. Somebody can send $1,000, $2,000. It's not allowed. If it's caught, it'll be seized. It's money laundering. So it's not allowed.
Wow. I didn't think that people would want
and people also, people ship crazy things. Yeah. And so for us, even from shipping from Nigeria to the US, we're very careful. Very careful. So, and what people don't also know is this. In shipping from the US to Nigeria, in some parts of the US, marijuana is allowed, right? And the truth is, some people may ship it, right, from US, right? But the truth is, the customs of the, not receiving now, of the sending out country, for an example, US, right? The states that allows it, right? If someone ships it, maybe just a small quantity even, and because the canine, they smell the shipment, there's a process, they smell it. So if there's any form of it in the shipment, they send out a notification to the receiving country. So sometimes when people say, oh, how did they know? How did they? Because they work together. So they also have some kind of, communication with border patrol, other, they have some kind of communication with them. So people shouldn't try to do anything crazy, honestly. Because somehow you may think you're going to get away with it, but you won't.
So is it allowed? Is marijuana allowed in Nigeria?
No, it's not.
So that's the problem?
Yes. So once they get a wing of it, they're going to go through the step. So they don't tell them that this is where the shipment is. They just tell them that a shipment is coming from America, and they believe that there's marijuana in it, or they believe that there's some kind of contraband in it. So once the shipment comes from America, because they're looking for where that shipment is, they don't know exactly where it is, they're going to
confiscate.
They're going to not confiscate, but they're going to raid to be able to figure out where it is. So they're going to bring out. Nigerian government also has their dogs. They have their canine that they use. So the canines go out, look for, smell.
But why wouldn't they stop it here? Why would they still go?
So I don't know why, honestly. I think because for them it's more of it's allowed here, right? In some states, the quantity is allowed, right? So even in Nigeria, you can't ship items with codeine because with a large quantity, because they will tell you that do you have a permit? You need to have a permit to be able to carry such kind of thing. So in situations like that, how do you you find out that the Nigerian government, the customs or NDLEA, NAFDAC, they're going to seize the item. So once they seize it, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So for me, right now, even I tell people, if you want to ship medication, I ask you, is there codeine in your medication? I can't ship any medication that has codeine. So yeah, it's just one of those things that you learn as you go.
Which one is easier, shipping from here to Nigeria or shipping from Nigeria to the US?
Easier. I don't think it's anything easy. It's not. It's not, honestly. It's not, honestly. Because there's so much work you put into it. You receive packages, you have to consolidate them, check them. Is it something that can go on the aircraft? Because there are some things that can't even go on the aircraft. They have to either go on cargo aircraft or go in container. There are some batteries that cannot go. There's some battery that I call the UN 3480. UN 3480 cannot go on the passenger aircraft. The UN 340 or UN 3490, I can't remember. But there's a particular battery that cannot go on passenger aircraft. So it has to go on either a cargo aircraft or you put it in container. So you have situations like that you have to deal with. So there's just its own work, honestly. I don't think there's any easy pathway. When the shipment gets to Nigeria again, customs have to check, they have to confirm that it's good to go, you pay your duty, and then, So I'm not sure there's anything. Even when shipment that is coming from Nigeria as well, the US customs also have to check, agriculture has to check that you're not bringing anything that is going to affect the soil, you're not bringing anything that is not allowed. Honestly, I don't know if there's anything. I don't think there's any easy way or any easy part. No, it just has its own work.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the hard work that you do to ensure that we get all our goods here and in Nigeria. But thank you so much for coming and sharing. I hope this is useful to whoever is watching this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the job you're doing. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm listening and I'm like, wow. People have a lot. You don't get to know until you hear people's stories. So, people have a lot in them.
I'm lucky to sit on this seat and just absorb from everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Seun. This was good.
Thank you.